Hello, everyone. We are live on WOLFpak TV. I am your host, Wendy Fortino, and I am here. I am joined by the one and only, the incredible Layne Viernes, otherwise known as the crazy Hawaiian. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you got that right.
Yes.
You got that right on the money.
On
And
the
we here,
money.
Wendy,
All
on the
right.
money.
Okay. On the money. And so the crazy Hawaiian, I'm just going to refer to you as that the whole time because I think it's really
Sounds good.
cool. He is the super heavyweight PowerSlap champion of the world, and he is one of the pioneers of PowerSlap. It is one of the fastest growing fighting leagues under the UFC, led by Dana White, and he has all the juicy details of how this sport got started. He has been a part of it since day one. He was the first professional PowerSlap competitor to be signed in the official sanctioned PowerSlap league. So he has a lot of roots. He is a very special contender. And we are also going to talk about his upcoming battle with Dumpling, with his rematch. But before we get started, I want to ask you, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, actually. A lot of things are happening and it's happening quick. So I'm just trying to be prepared for it mentally, physically, emotionally. Um, it's this is life is too fast for any one human. So I think I'm dealing with it quite well.
I agree. I know you have some family stuff going on, but we could talk about that if you want to, but we'll first start off by the opening the conversation. I want to jump ahead and say you've been training your butt off for your upcoming PowerSlap 11 rematch with Dumpling, right?
Right. This has been the most I've ever trained for a bout in my life.
I kind of want to jump ahead and I want to take a look at your, you went up against Dumpling in PowerSlap 9, right?
In October, yes. Or
Yes.
November. I don't
And before we actually talk about, your history in PowerSlap, I actually wanted to start right out of the gate and just show this. Okay. So these are all the slaps that happened. You and Dumpling are the top two in the world in the super heavyweight division, and it came to a draw. So I want to know your thoughts on this one. What did you think the outcome should have been, and how did you feel about all the rounds?
I think it was as perfect as you can make a fairy tale rivalry beginning. Essentially our first there's a foul, obviously. Um, the essentially the first, bout that ushered in a new rule. People wanted to see more rounds, so we changed the game. We adapted a new rule because of this bout. People wanted to see more. We see
How many rounds
draws.
were there, and then what they change it to?
It's 5 rounds, and because it was a draw. Um, the new rule is there is a sudden death round now. It's like an overtime round. So they
Oh my
added
gosh.
it. Yes, because of this match, we will see if it is a draw by way of judges. We will see a sudden death round, and that's exciting. We never saw one yet.
Can you explain what sudden death is?
So
Just in
it's like
case someone might not understand.
yeah. So if you get a 3 round bout or a 5 round bout, and the judges score it a draw, you now go into a sudden death round where you each get one slap each, and it's solely deciding on that one slap is who wins the fight.
Wow. My goodness. All right. Well, I I'm rooting for you because I'm
you,
biased.
no, you're good. I'm rooting for me too.
Okay, well let's like back up a little bit and let's like talk about how this all started, because
Yeah.
the fact that we're even here, and as you can see the production quality is so high. This has become such a exciting, entertaining league now, and everyone's on the edge of their seats for it. But let's like I said, let's back up. Tell me,
Yeah.
how in the world did you even get into this in the first place?
So I was watching YouTube. Actually, a specific guy I saw on YouTube, and that's the same guy that I'm going up against. In a few
Dumpling.
years, I
That's who you
watched him.
saw.
Yeah, I watched him on YouTube, and he was going up against some smaller guys, and I was like, this guy's a bully. There's no way that he's like 300 pounds going up against a 100 pounder. So
Yeah.
I just told my girlfriend at the time, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to go up against this guy Dumpling. We're the same size. Um, you know, I just talking about wanting to do it kind of ignited a new goal. And then out of nowhere, I'm working construction and I take a lunch break and I see this Facebook ad, and
This is as
that's
you're
the one.
talking,
That's
that's the one.
that's
It's
the one.
like that's such a mismatch.
Yeah,
such a
that's the one. That's the
such a
one.
mismatch. Yeah.
So I'm watching this, and you literally think, what in the world is going on? What is this? And I'm interested. I'm locked in. I'm like, wow, I wanna be that little guy right there, you know. And I want to bully the bully, because right there he looks like a bully, you know. And that's not fair. That's a whole nother weight class. Anyways,
I know. I didn't
um,
think so either. I'm glad you addressed that because when I was looking through these videos, I'm like, that doesn't look like it matches up. Okay. All right.
yes, you see how unprofessional that looks. That's not a professional bout at all. It
Doesn't
was
make sense.
basically they were doing it at weightlifting shows and at arm wrestling shows. And to see this, I was like, man, I want to do this and take out all the Russians and all the Poland. And I want to do that. That was my goal, and I want to represent the USA.
Nice.
Yeah. So
And
so now I'm working construction, and I see an ad on Facebook that says, "Do you think you can slap?" And I click on it, and I was like, "There's no way this is a slap match right here." And I look at the location. The location is 40 minutes away from where I was, currently living at the time.
yeah.
And so I called my girlfriend. I said, "Hey, we're going to a slap. We're going to a slap fight." So if my first bout was the crazy Hawaiian versus the hillbilly hippie,
Oh my
and
goodness.
that went viral. That went completely viral. You will see how the start of a star was born, because my opponent had like fallen into the crowd, and it went viral. I think it hit almost 20 million in views, and every platform had it. Every platform had viral videos of this epic match. And that was yeah, this was it right here.
Is this
This is
it?
it. This is it.
Oh my goodness.
My first ever one. I had no technique. I wanted to just slap the dude, and his girl and my girl were fighting, like, with words before this. So the animosity was there, the drama was there. You
Uh-huh.
you could hear the crowd, slowly getting involved in this match, in this bout. And I already had a beard from day one. And look at my technique is just horrible. I'm looking away like I'm throwing a discus or something.
Oh
No
wow.
technique, no technique at all. You
Well,
know.
how could you have technique? I mean, no one was even doing this yet. Like there now that there are a lot of people doing it, people are creating techniques now, but there was no technique to even think of right now at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I watched this back, and I created a technique off of this one bout, because it went 20 something rounds.
20 something rounds. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
21 rounds.
Can you tell where are you at here? What is this setup? What's
This
going on
this is
here?
at a bar. This is at a bar on
Okay.
a stage, in Branson, Missouri, under the Slap Fight Championship League.
Uh-huh.
And they just found us, and I called the dude up. I said, hey, I want in. This is what I want to do. That was my first ever slap taken,
Oh my
and
gosh. So,
we
but
are.
it was officially Slap Fight 3.
Yeah, it was officially the third one they did ever.
Okay.
So before that, there was two events that was pretty viral. And then
Yeah.
the third, I actually attended the second one. No one, my opponent didn't show up. No one wanted to go up against me. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go to the next one.
Now, are you like, does any of this scare you at all? I mean, do you get nervous going into this? What's the mindset going into something like this?
It's
I
not
guess,
nervous. I treat it like a game of football. I run up on the field, on the stage, and I just try to perform.
wow.
I get
Yeah,
rocked
because,
there. I get
wow.
rocked. Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I remember watching this. I saw clips of this and I remember thinking, God, I think that was the only time I've ever seen you not stand like a statue.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
This
were,
was that was the first one, and I really go back to that match as the start of a star that was born. So they told me, um, they told me, they said, what we're gonna announce you coming up on the stage. What do you want to be called? And I was sitting there and I said, man, this is crazy. And I'm a Hawaiian, so let's just call me the crazy Hawaiian.
that's
And
awesome.
at first it was just crazy Hawaiian, and then
Yeah.
when I had to like spell it out on a post or make it, make a caption, I was like, I'm gonna keep it real. This is
Yeah,
I'm the crazy
you
Hawaiian.
are. It's very catchy. It really is. It
Yeah,
has a really good ring to it. And I love the thing that I love about Power Slap is they're it's like really emerging these characters. It's so new, but the one constant that I've seen is every rising star has their own unique nickname.
yeah.
Yours is
The crazy Hawaiian. My brother's the Hawaiian hitman. We got the Hawaiian assassin.
yes.
My younger brother, he's the Hawaii champion, never been
Yeah.
beat. He's the humble Hawaiian, and we got my one another brother. He's the pretty Hawaiian. It's hilarious,
Okay,
So
hang on. Whoa, hang on. Okay, I have a question. What is the deal with all these Hawaiians? What is it about Hawaii? Why do we have all these Hawaiians coming out to play? Because in bodybuilding, there's a lot of Brazilians. Okay, women in from coming from Brazil have really good glutes. We have a lot of Brazilians that come in and do bodybuilding. But in Power Slap, there's a lot of people from Hawaii. What is the deal?
yeah, I think it's a culture thing.
Yeah,
I think us Hawaiians still, currently parent in the old school way. You know, Not me, obviously. I don't slap my kids, uh, but I
thanks for
growing up,
clarifying.
yeah, growing up, I grew up in a way of, if I did wrong, I would be getting slapped, obviously, in the face, and it was normal. It wasn't like, oh my God, you're abusing your kid. No, it was normal. It was completely normal.
Yeah.
I was getting slapped by people that weren't even my parents. Just
Wow.
I grew up in that era where it was just old school, and I think it was kind of the last of the real old school way, because then I think now everyone's kind of doing
They're
the
too
new school
soft
stuff.
now. They need to get slapped a
Yeah,
little bit.
it's too soft. They're not creating men, um, but I think the last of us are in power slap. So
Oh my
it,
gosh,
it
that's
it's
funny.
a thing. I
Yeah,
created this sport knowing damn well that the
yeah.
Hawaiians were gonna come up in this sport and dominate. And in every weight class, we have somebody that's bound to be a champion.
What about your past? Were you, because you worked construction, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my
But
past,
yeah,
like in sports, you mean?
Yeah, sports. Did you ever do anything combat wise? Yeah.
Yeah. So in Hawaii, it's all about who got the best hands, who can fight the best, and it was all kind of backyard stuff, street beefs kind of thing. Um, and then I had to be a parent very early in my life. It's at 18 years old.
And you have
So I
6 kids now.
with 6 kids. I'm retired from making any more. The factory is
Retired.
closed. It's fun. It's a fun factory now.
That's good. That's good. 6 is a lot. I think you're good.
Yeah, I'm good. It's
Done.
four boys and 2 girls.
Oh, that's a good combo though. That's a good
Yeah,
mix.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, those are my whys and why I do what I do, and it's uh, it's exhilarating to see them you know be proud that I'm their dad and call me with their friends and their friends don't even want to look at me in the screen. I'm like, and I already know what they think of me. So,
That's
I
awesome.
yeah, I just love the way the kids are, um,
Yeah.
you know, influence and look at me. Obviously, don't slap each other, guys, but you know, it's it's something that motivates me for sure.
That's awesome. I can only imagine. So here you are. Yeah, you have your kids. They look up to you. You're superhero to them. And I mean, these fights. I mean, they are. I mean, full blown, full fledged production, just like the UFC. We have the night before. You do the stare down. Um, Tell me about that experience, and then tell me about how your kids react to that. Are they able to be in the room when you're doing these pre-fight stare downs?
No, this was actually in Abu Dhabi, so I was there by myself, obviously with
Yeah.
everyone in PowerSlap, but I think they were all watching at home. I don't know if they're watching the specific thing, but I know thousands of people are, and I take that into account. And
Mhm.
this is amazing to see, like, the sport evolve from you know the a hillbilly hippie to my dream of you know essentially the dumpling had made the crazy Hawaiian, and now he has to
Mhm.
face him.
That's awesome. You know what my favorite part of this video is?
Yeah,
I'm gonna pause it when you see the part that is my favorite. Okay, so you guys are staring each other down, and then the next part is my favorite. Here we go. You take your belt and you put it over your shoulder. Like, that's right. I'm the champ.
that's right. You
Is
already
that what?
know. I've bust my ass for this belt and put my head out on the line literally for this belt.
Yeah,
This belt means the world to me.
that's awesome. I could tell your passion. I want to know though, okay, we're gonna bring this back up because we're gonna jump around a little bit because it's fun to do that. What do you think you bring to the table that you makes you so sure that you've got him? It
My
was a
speed.
draw.
What a draw. I when I look back at it, I was 420 pounds, and
Hmm.
being that big, you're not gonna be creating that velocity or speed that you really need. And for me, I really feel like speed kills. Um, and if you look at it, it's kind of a slow slap. Compared to a bunch of other people that slap really fast.
Yeah,
I was more so relying on my build,
yeah.
my size to take these slaps. So now that I know I can take these slaps and with ease, I kind of dropped down in weight so I can work on my speed with my hands.
You did take them with ease. In fact, every time he smacked you, it was like you're just a statue. I
Yeah,
mean, it's like it doesn't even flinch you. Okay, but I have to ask some questions that I think a lot of people are wanting to know.
yeah.
Does the beard help? Because a lot of
Uh, It absolutely does help. It's a stinger. It's a stinger cushion. Like obviously we're getting slapped and it hurts, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Um, so it does help for sure.
Like putting like a cloth over you. But it is a genetic gift because not every guy can grow a beard like that. So
Right.
it's like, but you know what? At the same time, I look at it like this. You are a professional power slapper. You are built for it. You have the ability to do it. You're talented in that. You can grow a beard. Look it, I'm 5 feet tall. I'm never going to be a professional basketball player. Okay. This is not in the cards for me. Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody has their gifts that they bring into whatever they decide to do. And,
Right.
you know, we're all meant for different things. And it's just so cool that you found your thing that you are passionate about, that you're talented in, and you can grow a beard.
Yeah, it's an amazing gift.
That's awesome. So the beard's never going. That stays.
No, yeah, it stays. I do want to like one day trim it, because I am going down, and I think my beard should go down too. That's only
Wait a
fair.
minute. What about like French braids, like to add to the cushion? What if like, you know, like cornrows to like give you a little bit more cushion?
I, I,
Am I giving you
I
some
would,
ideas?
yeah, you're giving me some ideas right
See
now.
what I'm saying? I think that can, can, can you imagine if you just like came in with like just some like extra kind of tactic?
Extreme. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do it. I wonder if they're gonna say about it. We're fine. We're gonna find out.
We should have talked offline about this because I'm giving you some ideas here. No, but you know, that's I'm sure the thing about though PowerSlap is it's new and it does seem like they are sort of creating rules as they go right now. They
Yeah.
have to because like with your original fight on PowerSlap 9, they had to add some stipulations for the next one because they ran into a situation where came to a draw. That kind of stuff, as the sport evolves, it's going to continue to happen. Like more rules,
Right.
more, you know, oh my gosh, we didn't think of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's getting to the point where it's you know they need to start making more and more fights.
Yeah.
Um, what do you do to cut weight in for power slam? I am doing the superhuman protocol, the Dana
That's
White program.
ooh.
I'm doing red light therapy and I'm fasting. I cut out almost all sugars, and that's basically it.
That's
I,
awesome.
I figured out I can like actually lose weight if I just stop eating.
No, you can't do that. You need nutrition.
No, yeah, yeah. I do have nutrition. What I mean is with the whole fasting,
Yeah,
and it does help me. I found out that that's what I have to do if I want to lose weight.
totally. I was wondering what you do to train for your speed. What kind of exercises are you doing to train for your
Oh,
speed?
it's the art of boxing is a
Okay.
hell of a sport, and in boxing, hand speed is something different. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah.
no, I quit posting how I work out because I didn't want to give away
You don't
secrets. But
okay. I was looking for it. I was like, maybe he has something posted
I
here.
mean, I mean, there's some stuff really down below when you see it. It's like, oh man, this guy has actual boxing talent.
Yeah.
It's kind of down there, but yeah, it's to the point where just doing boxing, solely boxing, to work on my hand speed bag type of deal. Um,
Mhm.
you know, obviously hand-eye coordination exercises, and
Mhm.
just being prepared to actually um, swing and not get hurt, because you can get hurt while with your elbow, your wrist, all that stuff. You can get hurt.
I don't even I don't even know how you land the slap in the right place because I was talking to Jackie Cataline, okay, and she was explaining that the rule is you have to be from here to here on your hand,
Yeah.
and it has to be like from here to here on the face. And I've seen slaps that it looks like they are catching the wrist. It looks like they're catching like the neck. And sometimes they call foul, sometimes they don't. It seems like it depends on what the referee sees.
Yeah.
I would imagine that probably gets frustrating for you guys.
Yeah. You know, again, the sport is growing. The officials are, you know, essentially the ones in charge of how
Yeah.
lenient or how, you know, how the match pretty much goes. So
Yeah.
when you're up there, obviously, you know, the crowd is a factor. You know, their opponent getting into your head is a factor. There's so much things that can throw you off.
Yeah.
You'll train to do it. And when you get up there, sometimes the training goes out the window, and you're just going through the steps. Um,
Yeah.
there is things that you know you need to do, um, and visualize that you need to do. Obviously, you don't want to foul. Um, it may cost you the bout, even just one.
What about
So
that stick that you guys have? Is that something you can use to call a foul on, like, for yourself, or question the slap? What is that for?
you talking about what we hold in our back on the back? Yes, no. So that's just like so that your hands stay to the side.
Okay. Because after the slap, I've seen people, they throw that stick up like and pound it on the table. I think it looks like to say like that was a foul, but I don't know if
I
it's
think a lot of people do. They do a lot of different stuff.
yeah, I know.
I think I even did that too. I think it's a
I
natural, maybe a natural reaction.
Yeah. I
After
know
you,
that that's what I was thinking too. I know some of these things are silly questions, maybe it sounds like, but
no, you're good.
this is the kind of stuff I think when I'm looking at this new sport I've never seen before. But
Right.
Layne, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, I am wondering if you think that this is on the verge of being a foul. Be honest, okay? Seriously, be honest. Let me see. I'm gonna find it because it kind of looked like you got his neck. But you tell me what you think. This is when you slapped Larry Wheels. I want to know the story behind this too, but first we're going to watch the slap.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell
Yeah.
me,
Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down.
what do
Let's see
you
where the hand
think?
placement is.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, hang on. We're going to back it up just a little bit. See if we can back it up a little bit. See,
There
that's
you go.
the neck. That's on the
Yeah,
neck.
yeah,
What do you
it was, you know, it wasn't the best placement at all. I think, you know, whenever I hit him, you know, my hand's so big that, you know, I kind of wrapped around his neck a little bit under the jawline. I really wasn't trying to knock him out.
Yeah.
Actually, I went probably 50%, maybe 60.
Oh
Um,
gosh, does he know that?
no, he wanted me to go all out.
Oh my gosh.
And I just didn't want to, you know. Um,
He just
yeah,
he was done.
it wasn't a clean placement, but did hit him where I needed to hit him. I guess it's yeah.
All right. So tell me, we are jumping to this right now because I just have been wanting to know what in the world was the communication going into this? Who decided to do this? What was the game plan?
So I was in Vegas, and he hit me up, and I guess he attended the you know the event,
Yeah.
and he said, "Hey, I want to get slapped, but I want to slap you first." And you know,
Oh, I
I
didn't see
was
that
like,
one. He slapped you
is
first?
this? Yeah, I was like, is this real? Is this for real? So I actually the most famous slap of all time. Yeah, that's exactly it. People are talking about this. Um, we may have to run it back, but I don't know. We should yeah we should actually make a league where you know there's no drug testing allowed.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
That
that
would
would
be
be
fun to watch.
crazy. Oh,
That'd be crazy
wow.
to watch.
Do they do drug testing in PowerSlap right now?
Yes, absolutely. It's the same
That's
drug testing that they do with the UFC fighters.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So you and Larry, okay, was he okay after that?
Yeah, we actually went and ate sushi after that. So
Oh,
we
okay,
talked
okay.
about
All
it,
right.
and I made sure his jaw still worked.
Oh my gosh. It does worry me a little bit, okay, when it comes to power slapping. I mean, you don't get phased. You are a statue and you don't even flinch. However, some of those slaps, it legitimately looks like people are going to get loose brain cells. I mean, I have seen some really gnarly slaps where, I mean, someone will pass out and you're going, oh my gosh, like, are they going to be okay? What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I think it's a less brutal than almost all combat sports. If you think
Mhm.
about it, we have one round. You get slapped one time, and obviously it's unprotected. That's that's inevitable that this will happen.
Yeah,
It's the a battle of the chins.
yeah,
In boxing, you got who knows 20 to 40 punches to the head for one round. In
yeah.
MMA, you can get hit with elbows. You can get hit a pound and ground and
Mhm.
pound,
Ground and
um,
pound. Mark
ground and
Coleman,
pound.
ground and pound.
Yeah. So for me, I've been doing it for a while. My record almost up to 20 of them.
I
Um, I
know.
I don't see myself at like being hurt by this in the long run, like brutally. I
Yeah,
feel normal. I feel normal. I don't feel like I make a living off of being slapped in the face. The statistics don't lie. The
yeah.
numbers don't lie. You know, some guys only go up there and do 3 rounds, and that's three
Mhm.
slaps.
Yeah,
In a normal boxing match, you get hit in the head more than that in one
yeah,
round.
that's true. I I have mixed thoughts, but one of my thoughts is that I actually think it might actually continue to get safer as time goes, and the reason why is because the more that the league evolves itself, the more evenly matched people are going to be. Do you know what I'm saying? So if
Yeah,
you see the lower levels, you're going to have more of like an equal match at lower levels. You're going to have more of an equal match at higher levels. Right now, it's still a little hodgepodgey just because there's not that many people doing it yet.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I feel like just like with anything, you have more people, more delineation of levels and more evenly matched fights.
yeah,
Like someone like you, if you were just getting started, for example, in Power Slap, and there weren't a lot of people competing, you going up against somebody who is not even close to your skill could get legitimately hurt. But
right,
as the sport evolves, somebody like you would never go up against somebody who is, brand new or doesn't have the skills that you have or could get knocked out badly by you.
right, right. I love the structure of it right now. They're doing PowerSlap's doing a hell of a job, and living out the living out of getting slapped.
It's worth the risk of injury if you're living off of it.
Yeah, it is. I'm 100% full time slapper, and I support 6 kids. You know what I mean, and a family. So kudos to everybody that is actually transitioning over to doing slap full time. There's not a lot of us. I know a lot of people tried to do it at one point, but
Mhm,
you have to keep winning. That's basically it. You have to
mhm.
keep winning, and you have to build a character, build a persona, get likable, be marketable, things like that. It all depends on how your career. You got to work on it.
Mhm.
Anyone has to work on their career, whatever they choose, they want to be good at. So
Yeah,
shoot for the stars, guys.
yeah. I know. Well, okay, clarify this. You were the first power slapper to get signed professionally, but interestingly, Dumpling was the one out of Russia who tuned Dana White into the power slap world. So
Right.
Dana White, and this is the story that I heard. Dana White was flipping through the internet, social media, stumbled on Dumpling doing some slap fighting out of on the streets or something, and you
Right.
thought, wow, this looks like something that could be big. I want to
Right.
be a part of this somehow. Got interested, got into it, started the league, put it underneath UFC, started the season 1 filming of the PowerSlap where everyone was in the house and that whole entire reality,
Right.
thing unraveled. So tell me about what you know about all of that, and then how you integrated yourself into that and became the
So
first.
yeah, so this
You're
is
you're
I've
itching to
told
tell me. I
yeah,
can tell.
yeah, I've told this story many times now. I feel like, a lot of people that come into the sport and they're like, I'm the pioneer, I started this, blah blah blah. Bullshit. I just want to say that straight up.
You
When
did. You're like,
so I actually started my own league before PowerSlap. I had my own slap league. It was called Kick Check
ah,
Slapdown, and we did shows in Cali, in Miami, in Texas, in Columbus, Ohio, in Mexico. This was something that I worked hard on, and a lot of the guys on the PowerSlap roster has came from my roster. Um,
oh, no way.
one of the producers actually hit me up while I was doing the show, and they said, "Hey, I'm so and so producer from the Ultimate Fighter," and I was like, "This is not real." And he said, "Yes, I'll send you an email." So I waited for the email, and sure enough, it was a UFC production team that hit me up, and they essentially just wanted me to be their consultant in the creating of the sport. So I gave them my rules and how we were able to keep the strikers safe, and they built the sport off of those rules. I had given them my whole roster, everyone in it.
Wow.
Yeah, and to help start this league. So I'm not just a competitor. I'm not just somebody that just pulled up and started winning. I started doing this before COVID, and essentially, now it is where it is. I'm super proud of where the sport is. The first reality show, I was actually supposed to be the coach for the first one. I was stuck in a contract with Logan Paul and Fan Mio guys, and we were doing shows with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We was doing shows with Ric
Mhm.
Flair, and this was all before Power Slap.
Wait a minute, you
And
were doing shows. Wait, hang on, back up. You're doing shows with Arnold. You're doing shows with Ric Flair. Okay, Ric Flair is crazy, by the way. What kind of shows? You were doing slap shows with them.
yeah, I was doing the first ones. I
Okay,
did the first ever
so you were
pay per
the. I
view.
remember the Arnold having a slap fighting contest, but it wasn't Power Slap yet, and so
Yeah, it
you
was.
were part of that.
Yes, I was a part of that.
Okay,
I
okay.
actually helped with the production of that. I was the only
Yeah.
USA participant. Everybody
Okay.
was Polish. Everybody was, even the officials were Polish.
Mhm.
So I went up against all of Polish, pretty much.
Now let me ask you this, because we talked about this before, but did you did you go up against anybody that was mismatched with you weight wise and stuff?
So actually,
Were you the bully? No.
that was I was well, I went up against a bully. That was my first official loss,
Yeah.
and I let's just say it. I got knocked out, um, and I learned what not to do in that bout, and I've never done it ever again ever since. What not to do.
What was it? What was not to do?
I stuck my chin out like way too
Mm,
much, and
like stick your chin out like
yeah, I
this?
just stuck my chin out like
Oh yeah,
way
that would
out
be
there.
okay. As opposed to like, as you want to brace yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like how the Dumpling was doing, or Zales. You know, you can look at I'm sure you can find shorts of it on YouTube where the Crazy Hawaiian versus Zales, Zales. It's one of the
Zales.
yeah it was one of the biggest slap bouts in history before me and the Dumpling, to be honest.
Okay. I found
You
it.
can you can see the crowd. You can see like how everything was just like building. The sport was obviously just growing, and you can
Is
see
this
how
it?
this is it.
Oh my goodness. Whoa, he's really bracing himself. That's not allowed though, is it? Like where you
That-
just
That's
full
it.
blown just
Yeah,
tuck your chin in?
yeah, it's not allowed. They allowed it, and there's a lot of things that changed the game after this slap match,
I
and
bet.
it was the biggest one in the world. There was no before this. You can't find a crowd this big. You can't find a production like this. Commentators like this.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, this was the biggest one. Everyone in the building was tuned and locked into this.
Wow. Wait, this is the Arnold, right?
That's the Arnold.
Yeah,
There
I was
was
gonna say, I
more people
competed.
watching this
Yeah.
than they were watching the bodybuilders or the
Yeah, because I was there competing in bodybuilding and I didn't see this crowd.
yeah, no, the crowd was immense. It was crazy,
Okay,
massive.
can I be honest with you about something?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna open up to you about something. All
yeah,
right. It's gonna be kind of fun for the viewers too. Okay. I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna tell
yeah,
you, I competed as an athlete, as a bodybuilder, going into the Figure International at the Arnold Classic. All the buzz was all about this power slap that Arnold was adding to the Arnold, classic, right? Everybody was talking about it. Nobody knew what the heck it was. We were all going, "What in the world is power slap? This is crazy." And we thought it was. I mean, it sounded ridiculous, right?
yeah,
But we all talked about it so much that it kind of reminded me of, remember the shake weight, the shake weight,
yeah,
how everybody was talking about the shake weight, and the
yeah,
shake weight people were running all the way to the bank about that because everybody bought one. It was like you talk
yeah,
about it so much that it becomes very lucrative. Okay. The same thing happened with Power Slap. Everybody was talking about it. And as much as people were maybe talking shit about it, everybody wanted to watch it, including us. We were
yeah,
like, maybe we should take a step back and say, we should stop talking shit about this because we are really into this. We actually are all wanting to know what the heck happens. Everybody wanted to know. So
yeah.
after that, that was like the birth of it. And before it came under Dana White and kind of became the whole official Power Slap League. But I remember that and I will never forget that. And now I'm super into it.
Nice. We snagged the fan.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that a
That's,
funny kind of, isn't it funny to think about how everything got started and where it is
yeah,
now?
yeah. It is crazy. It's wild.
How do you handle that? Because there was quite a bit of kind of smack talking about the power slap when it first came. How did you handle that? How did you like stand your ground? Because you're really passionate about it and you have not wavered. So how did you deal with some of that kind of shit talking?
At first, honestly like I'm passionate so much about the sport, but at first I went up in the comments and I started involving myself in these comments. I was like, fuck that. These guys are not gonna fucking talk shit about my sport. So I went up in there and I was keyboard warrior now. My fingers were blistering. Like I was just in there just trying to talk shit back. But it wasted a lot of my time. It
Yeah.
did. And I remember being up late night of the hour, like I was really up all night trying to like find every comment that was ever like negative about the
Yeah.
sport, and
Uh-huh.
just kind of just shoot my shot
Defend
back.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then I remember being up late one night and I was just like, fuck this, I was getting all mad and stuff. And my girl at the time, she's like, you should go to bed. Yeah, like spending a lot of time on this. I was like, yeah, because they're talking crap and blah blah. I was like, you know what? I should actually calm down right now. Now it's like,
Yeah.
haha,
Yeah, no,
gotcha,
seriously
gotcha.
though, that's how it works. I mean, success is always the best revenge for anything. If
Yeah,
you are, I mean, success requires no explanation. At the end of the day, like I said, as much as anybody could possibly say, what in the heck is this? We were all talking about it. We were all talking about it more than we were talking about anything else.
yeah,
So at some point, you have to have some self awareness and take a step back and say, look, I am thinking a lot about this. I'm talking a lot about this. I'm actually getting excited about this. Maybe there's something to this. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how I think a lot of people thought about PowerSlap. And there's still, there's still people, and I know that, there are worlds with in the artistry of, for example, the UFC, the MMA world in particular does look at what they do as a true art form and may look at something like PowerSlap. But as PowerSlap evolves, there's a lot of technique, there's a lot of style, there's a lot of training that goes into being good at this. And it's only going to continue to get more intense and more skillful as it goes on. And
Right.
watching you and hearing you and seeing how you guys train. And I've talked to quite a few power slappers now, and there's definitely skill and art and training necessary to be at the top and be up there with you guys.
Absolutely. It requires dedication like no other. When you go up there and you finally go and do it,
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, I get it now. I understand. This
Yeah.
is technical thing." Even on the last one, when I coached the PowerSlap, was a PowerSlap 10, I coached it, and we had a bunch of new people come on and perform
Mhm.
at this live show, and most of them were like from MMA, most of them judo, like they did combat sports before, and you see these athletes come in and then like foul or lose by
Mhm.
disqualification, and then they walk off the stage like, wow, that was harder than I thought.
Mhm.
you know so we get the respect of athletes that do come and try.
I do have a question about that. You were not in competing in Power Slap 10. You took that one off. So each power slap that happens, you're not necessarily going to be involved in every one. How does that work for a pro athlete? Like, are there a certain amount of competitions that you map out that you're going to compete in, or is it just kind of case by case?
It's pretty much case by case. They call you, so you got to be ready. It's kind of a sport that you just need to be ready for.
Mm.
You can't. I don't think you can get ready for something like this. I think you're either ready or you're not.
But you're under contract, so like they decide what fights you're going to do, and you kind of like go with the flow.
Yeah. So
That's kind of cool.
when you get your contract, you can obviously negotiate and get what's yours. But essentially, they do a what is it, every few months.
Got it.
So you got to just be prepared.
Mhm.
Once your contract ends, obviously, if you're not on a winning kind of winning road, they
Mm.
obviously cut you, and now you have to find another sport to do. But
Mm.
as long as you're winning, I guess you don't have nothing to worry about.
Got it. Got it. That's interesting because you and Dumpling are the top two slappers right now.
Yeah,
And let's say you beat him, hypothetically, right?
yeah,
Or like you said, it's happening. It is happening.
yeah,
Um, then okay, so then he has that loss under him. Then he goes against somebody else that's maybe like a step below you guys ranking wise, and then it
yeah,
just kind of like a okay, got it.
yeah. He needs to work his way back up to getting
Got
a
it.
title shot for sure.
Got it. Got it. So what all do you have going on right now? Because you're power slapping full time. I know you have 6 kids. I know you have a whole family. I know you travel a lot. Tell me what all is going on in Layne Viernes' world.
I'm trying to push this drink of mine. It's got old school energy, and it's a different type of drink. It's clean. I don't have one with me right now because I
Is it on
drank.
your Instagram?
Yeah, it should be on my Instagram. It's right there on one of the pin posts. Um, this is a passion
Okay.
of mine. Yeah, it's a passion of mine that I have. And pushing this. It's a product of focus. You suffer from like not being able to focus. Like this essentially has gotten me focused to lose weight, focused to train. There's things that this thing does for me that no other drink does. It's the focus that it allows you to have.
Okay.
It's it's something that I'm passionate about. So we have a big PR
Cool.
tour, and we're gonna go all over the place to all these news places and just spread the word about this. Just it's got caffeine, L-theanine, and thiamine, and all those you can look it up. But they're something that you want in the world of having to focus on your goals and accomplish them. You know, you can. I'm running out of goals
Yeah.
because I just keep
And
smashing them.
you keep smashing them. Hey, that's a good reason to run out of goals. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I just keep
No,
slapping them out.
that's slapping them up. You're gonna slap. You're gonna just keep slapping up those goals.
Yeah, slapping up those goals and
Pun intended.
fueled by old school energy for sure.
I mean, that's what you should do, you know? I mean, strike it while it's hot. You're hot right now. You're in the mix, you're killing it. You have a great look, you have a great vibe. You're winning the
Yeah,
power slap world.
yeah.
Did you want to make the announcement now or later about your new weight class and all? You're
Well, I basically wiped out everybody in the super heavyweight class. Obviously, I have unfinished business with the Dumpling, but he is the best to ever do it. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? Coming out of Russia, and when I beat him, obviously, the goal of having this, legendary career, it
mhm.
won't be as legendary if I didn't hold two belts, and that's my goal. We're
Yeah.
shooting for October um, to fight for this heavyweight belt. Big
Mhm.
mic drop there. I got 90 pounds more to go. It's people looked at me at 400 pounds and said, "Whoa, you are gonna go to where?" And
Yeah.
I used that as motivation because they really didn't believe me. But
So tell me
your
what
boy's
the
going down.
the super
Your
heavyweight
boy's
cap
going.
is what? Oh, go ahead.
The super heavyweight has no cap at all.
Okay.
So it's 265 and above. So I'm gonna get down to that 265 mark, and I'm gonna feel healthy, look healthy. I'm gonna feel great about myself when I look in the mirror. It's not just wanting to go and be to weight division champion. It's for myself. I looked at myself at 400 pounds. I said, "Whoa, all right, this is not healthy. Let's just kick
Mhm,
it back a notch. Let's see what I can do to motivate myself." And I use that as a motivation to
mhm.
get me to be focused. Old school energy is actually a big thing. I'm in the process of training and focus on your goals and being able to like get up and actually do stuff. I'm pretty
Mhm.
lazy. I'm not gonna lie. So whenever I drink old school energy, it's on and cracking.
You're not lazy. Come on. That's crazy. I would say you're not lazy,
The
but it
lazy Hawaiian. No, just kidding.
the lazy. You're not lazy, but I do think it's good that your reason for wanting to lose weight is a good one. I mean, you want to feel good, you want to feel healthy and strong and fit. Um, I mean, you have a great look, and a lot of people love your look. But I mean, that really should be the reason that drives us to want to reach that goal, right? And you will.
Yeah,
You're
and
gonna
then
feel better.
yeah, and in your world, I could, I'll hit you up later about it, but I see you guys are just killing it in the nutrition side, the bodybuilding side. Like, who knows how
You're
far this
doing
weight
good
loss journey
though.
can take. I
Yeah, you're
appreciate.
doing
I
good.
haven't I haven't posted actually. I haven't posted like my process. I just want to like show up and be like, boom. You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
Uh,
Yep, I do.
yeah. So
That's good.
that's me. That's me at 400 right there.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, you will.
and
You're gonna feel better for sure.
yeah,
You're
I
doing all
already
the right
do.
things though.
Yeah, I am a lot better about myself. I'm walking better, no more wobbling. Like I was 400 pounds, I was just walking around like a penguin. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I walking like that?
Well, and then you talked about your technique. Before, you were relying a lot on your size and your weight that you put behind your slap, but you said that now you're getting healthier and more fit, and you feel like you're able to increase your speed, which is a huge part of doing well in power slap. So you don't have the weight behind the slap, but the speed and the strength is going to be better, and more importantly, you're going to
Yeah,
feel good. So
I'm pretty much right now addicted to the weight loss journey because after losing 70 pounds, I'm
yeah,
like, I feel like really
congratulations.
good.
You should.
I'm
That's awesome.
I got 90 more to go. 90 more to go. Just I just
Wow,
gotta
you can
keep
do it.
pushing.
You
Yeah.
got
Thank you.
this.
Yeah,
You got this.
thank you so much. Like a lot of people are like, where do you think you can do it? Like they just doubt me. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
you got
thank you.
this.
You're like the first one that like actually said that to me.
You so got this. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be rooting for you all the steps of the way. Every
Thank
step
you.
of the
Thank
way
you.
and all the steps of the way.
Right.
Uh, okay, so I have a question for you before I let you have the final words, which
Yeah.
is after your rematch with Dumpling, okay, coming on January 30th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're having a rematch with him. After that, I want to have you back and I want to talk about the big win, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I gotta get my stuff together. Like I'm obviously on the road right now, but I'm glad
No
I made this
pressure.
happen. I'm glad I made this happen.
I would say no pressure, but I'm gonna put the pressure on you because I think you can handle it, and I don't think that there's any. I'm not worried about you. Okay. Uh, Now I want you to have the final words. What do you want to say to all your fans and people who love you so much and are rooting for you,
Yeah,
or not
I'm
rooting for you? Say whatever you want to them too.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll start with the supporters. You know, you guys mean a lot to me. I wouldn't be this person if I didn't have the recognition that you guys give me. The support is unreal. My DMs are just flooded with people that want to show mad love to me, and I'm appreciative towards that. People don't understand like this. This has changed my life for the better. Now I have the supporters that are backing me. I feel like Hawaii is backing me. I feel like the whole USA now is backing me, and you know that I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. Everyone has been a fan. You know, come on down and follow me on IG and start up a conversation. You know, I'm just a normal guy. You know, I'll get to it when I can. There's a bunch of you guys still, and I haven't gotten to. I'm sorry for that, guys. But for my ops, you guys better be watching because your boy is gonna keep winning. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
I live rent free in you guys' mind. I know it. It's all good.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, well, don't go anywhere because I just want to say goodbye to you on the other side.
Okay.
Everyone who's watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment on this video. Let us know if there's anything else that you want to know from Layne. And until next time, we will see you later.